Welcome back to the Kraken Power Podcast. We're your hosts, Yoshko and Brandon, and today we're going to be going over the chaos-proof fitness plan, how to maintain or even build your best body when life is throwing everything at you. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Kraken Power Podcast.
When you're looking to make progress and improvements in the gym and in your health, everyone wants to think that progress is going to be extremely linear. Like if you looked at it on a chart, it's just going to be a straight line up. But if you've lived life on this earth for numerous amounts of years, you know your life can get a little bit chaotic. There can be some wrenches thrown in your plan. So hopefully in today's episode, what we're going to do is going to give you some actual practical outcomes for you to be able to overcome these obstacles. But just to kind of start off with, why do you think that people often fall off when life gets hectic?
So I think one of the biggest reasons why people fall off is because of an all or nothing attitude and just not understanding the reality of like the 80-20 rule. So a lot of people, they understand that there's this rule called the 80-20 rule, which means like 80% of the time I can be like totally in focus on my diet or my fitness and whatever, and then 20% of the time I can go off the rails, which isn't true. Like the 80-20 rule doesn't respect nature. Or sorry, the nature respects the 80-20 rule more than your mind does. So whatever you think is the 80-20 rule, there could be like a totally different 80-20 rule. Does that make sense? Like you think that you're like still staying within that the boundaries of that 80-20, but it's actually like way too off the rails, and it ends up being like 50-50 or something, you know?
Or like 30-70.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like you think you're so dialed in, but you're not that dialed in, and then you have the 20% where you're just like totally messed up. But you have to realize that you have to still be able to stay on top of your diet and on your fitness plan, even when things aren't going well for you. A lot of people, they're experts at staying on top of their diet or on top of their fitness plan when everything is going well. But as soon as life throws a wrench in your plan, everything goes to shit. So you understanding like what is the bare minimum that I have to do in order for me to still maintain my results and also bounce back very quickly from the times where life gets tough.
I think that's a really good strategy because even though it may seem like you're taking a little bit off the gas, like you mentioned, it's a lot easier for you to bounce back into your full plan as long as you kind of keep the wheels churning just a little bit. And so what would be part of this bare minimum plan?
So in my mind, the best thing that you can do is just maintain your like the essentials, you know? So you have sleep, nutrition, and fitness. And with each one, there is like the bare minimum. So for example, with sleep is like maintaining at least 7 hours of sleep. Let's say your dog died, okay? Yeah, you're stressed out. You had to take your dog to the vet or whatever it was. It was a tough time. You're crying and whatever, right? But you still have to go and sleep 7 hours because that's what your dog would have wanted you to do, you know?
And biologically, you getting more restful sleep is going to help regulate your emotions the next day and help you recover and bounce back and live your best life kind of after.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, I would say, you know, focus on the sleep, making sure that you're still getting at least something, not like feeling so bad for yourself to the point where you're, you know, sleeping like 3-4 hours a day, because the reality is you're just going to feel worse, right? And it's not helping you mourn or it's not helping you recover or anything, right? So the next thing is your nutrition. So a lot of people, what ends up happening is like something bad happens in their life and they like start seeking comfort food, right? Well, instead of you can seek comfort food. That's totally fine because food does make you feel good, right? But seek healthier forms of that comfort food. Instead of just reaching out and just like eating poutine or ordering pizza or something, you can have a more balanced life meal. Or like, let's say you're craving ice cream. Instead of getting a regular ice cream, you can get a frozen yogurt or something, right? Like you still have to keep the bare minimum and also understand that don't go completely off the rail. Like don't have like the entire bucket. Just have like a few scoops and then feel better and then move on with life, you know?
And this doesn't have to be when something like bad happens in your life. For most people, what happens is their life just gets chaotic. Like they have like kids, they have bills to pay, maybe work stress is going through the roof. So in regards to maintaining a really good diet, one kind of guideline that I give my clients, just make sure you're focusing on your protein. And so if you have a meal, make sure most of that plate is filled with protein. If you're going to go to a restaurant or have something a little bit more convenient, make sure it has protein, and it's kind of very protein focused. So that way you don't have to be in the nitty gritty of tracking like you may be when you're on point, but at least you're still, again, have those wheels churning where it's really easy for you to maintain your progress as well as maybe even improve.
Yeah, because the truth is that you have the most important thing is to stay consistent. And that consistency doesn't mean that you are like maintaining 5 workouts a week, walking 10,000 steps. It just means that you're staying consistent on the plan. So that means maybe you might have to dial it back a little bit and do, instead of 5 workouts a week, you're doing 3 workouts a week for a bit. Or maybe instead of 10,000 steps every single day, you're doing 7,000 steps every single day. So, but maintaining that consistency is going to be the most important thing. And of course, that goes along with your protein as well. If you're eating 180 grams of protein, try to like still have protein dense meals and all of that, right?
Totally. So what do you think would be a bare minimum version of fitness, like you kind of mentioned?
So bare minimum version of fitness for me is just focusing on step count. Like if you can't hit your workouts, if life is so hectic to the point where you can't go to the gym or anything, at least go for a walk, you know? Wake up a little bit earlier to be able to just go for like a 30-minute walk before anybody else is up, or in the evening, go for a walk after everybody else is winding down. You don't even have to work out. Like you're not going to like lose all of your muscle within a few weeks of not exercising, you know? But at least you can maintain some sort of habit of exercise, which could be as simple as walking.
And you mentioned that you kind of wake up earlier or add it to the end of the day. A walk is something that you could easily throw in the middle of your day too, especially when life is super busy. You could take a 10, 15-minute break, do a meeting on the phone or a meeting with a coworker. This is something that you could just easily sandwich in the middle of your day, but still maintain that routine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the key is just still maintaining your routines. Don't just you make it easier for yourself. Make it even significantly easier for yourself, but don't lose the routines.
I think a really good analogy of this would be kind of like pushing a car. Like if you ever had your car break down and your car is at a complete dead stop, it takes a lot of energy to get that car kind of moving. But if you're able to kind of slowly push it and keep it going and then eventually have it start, like it's going to carry on forward rather than coming to a stop, start it up again, come to a stop and start it up again. If you can keep those wheels churning, you're going to be able to make more progress and go in the direction that you want to go.
Yeah, exactly. So the key is just to never let it stop moving in the first place. So always keep it rolling, and it's going to be so much easier for you to just see progress in the end. Like somebody who is maintaining that consistent progress versus somebody who just does like these bursts where they're like working out for like 2 hours in one day and then like not at all for the entire week is going to see better progress. The person who's staying consistent throughout the entire week is going to see better progress than the person who just does these small little bursts.
Everyone has to realize that doing the bare minimum isn't settling for less. It's actually the key to never stopping. And keeping momentum trumps perfection every damn time.
Yeah, to be completely honest with you, I would way rather you do just like 10 minutes of exercise every single day than do 2 hours of exercise followed by 6 days of just like shame and guilt, you know? So you'd see way better results that way, and it's just the best way to go about it. Just like do a little bit as much as you can, and even if that means just like a few minutes a day, or just like with your diet, right? Like let's say instead of having your typical 180 grams of protein, you have 150 grams of protein, you know?
Wow. You're really wheel back the time with that.
Yeah. But yeah, just like dialing it back a little bit and just seeing like, okay, what's the absolute bare minimum that I can do while still like maintaining some of my routines and lifestyle. Okay, so how would you implement this into your life? Like next time life throws a wrench in your plan, like how would you go about it?
I think it would be a good idea to write down what you're going to do as a bare minimum strategy and break it down even further into the 3 pillars like we talked about today. What are we going to do nutrition-wise? What are we going to do fitness-wise? And what are we going to do sleep-wise, right? We already kind of give you recommendations of what you should be doing for bare minimums, like sleep 7 hours, protein focus, and what you want to do for exercise, but that's going to be specified to you. We think that these 3 things are going to be what we recommended today, but that's going to be individualized to what you can actually achieve and maintain consistent throughout whatever your goals are?
Honestly, like I use ChatGPT all the time as like my advisor when
do?
it comes to health. Yeah. So what I'll do is like I would describe to ChatGPT my situation, and I would say like what are the for my three pillars: fitness, nutrition, and sleep. Like what is the bare minimum that I could focus on to still maintain my goals and my health, and like what is the bare minimum? And then ChatGPT will print you out a plan instead of you just counting on you writing it down. But that is the best way, to write down exactly what you can do.
Exactly. And then when time gets tough, you open that note up on your phone and you're like, okay, we're switching to this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you ever had an Oura ring and you've had a really bad night of sleep and it says, do you want to switch to rest mode?
Yeah.
You're just switching to your bare minimum plan.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys learned something from this episode. We enjoyed talking about this, and we'll see you in the next one.